Are you struggling to upload a family tree to Ancestry.com? Not really sure how to share your family tree there to others? Well, if so, you are in the right place today, my friend. Hi, I'm Lisa Listen with Are You My Cousin, where I strive to take the overwhelm out of your genealogy research. Now, before we get deep into those ancestry trees, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button, right-hand corner of the video, and that way you won't miss any of the new videos that I post weekly here at the Are You My Cousin YouTube channel. Okay, so let's talk about building your family tree at Ancestry.com. I get a lot of questions about how to get that tree started, how to share that tree, how to manage your family trees over there at Ancestry.com, and I wanted to show you guys how to do that. So we're going to go over to my laptop. We're going to look at Ancestry.com, and I'm going to show you how to do all of those things on Ancestry's website. We are over here on the Ancestry homepage, my homepage, and I want to show you how to start a family tree on Ancestry. This is a question I get quite a bit. So let me go over and click into trees. So from your homepage, click that trees, and you're going to go all the way down. You can see I have a lot of different trees here, but you want to go and click on create and manage trees. Here you go. So what that's going to do is bring you to a screen. And if you haven't started a tree yet, you won't have any of these trees, obviously, but you want to come down to the bottom here and click create a new tree. There we go. And you're going to come here. So you are ready to start. So you start with your home person. That can be yourself, or it can be somebody else. I'm going to click. I'm going to say I'm not starting with myself. I'm actually going to start with my grandfather, and I'm going to put his name in here. His name was James Lester Howard. He was a male. He is deceased, and I'll put in his birthday. This is not his real birthday. I'm just putting it in. So we'll go 1915. Oh, actually, I didn't. And it's going to give me a different date. I'll put 15 there. I know that he was born in Lee County, North Carolina. Is that in there? Oops. There we go. Lee County, North Carolina. And he died in Guilford County, North Carolina. And so I can hit continue. Perfect. There he is. I have the option to go ahead and add his spouse, my grandmother, Cecil White. She was a female. She is deceased, and I can add in her birth date and death date, etc. I can save that to the tree. Now, it's asking me if I want to allow others to view this tree. People who are marked living are hidden. Now, this is very important. I do want to save this tree. You have to get a couple people on the tree. Then you save the tree. I'm perfectly fine letting people view my tree in public. And I do click that setting to keep living people private because I do not want to have living relatives information out there. So you do have that option. Then you're ready to go. You can add a father here. Again, you can just keep on going with that. Alan Suggs is deceased. Add his information and keep on going. So forth. You are ready to go. That's all you have to do. Now, sometimes you might already have a family tree in a specific program that you have already created, and you want to upload that information to start a new family tree on Ancestry. Or perhaps somebody has shared a family tree file with you that you want to upload onto Ancestry. So I'm going to show you how to upload a family tree file onto Ancestry. So from the home page, we are going to go under trees. Again, we're going to go down to create and manage trees. Perfect. Now, when you want to do that, we have the option to create a new tree, or we're going to upload a GEDCOM file. And this is important. So the family tree, when you export it from your Family Tree Maker program or your Roots Magic program, whatever you want, it needs to be in a GEDCOM file. We're going to click on that. we're going to choose File. I did create one earlier for my Howard family tree. This is just a sample tree, guys. So I'm going to click on that, and you can see when it says GED like that, that means it's a GEDCOM file. There we go. Open that. I have the option. I'll just go ahead. I'm just going to rename this tree. This is my Howard, and I'll put down sample so I'll know. Yes, here I have the option to make this family tree public, and I can do that. It does. I will have the option to. It gives me the option when it's public that only deceased persons will show up. If you have a living person on there, or the program detects you have somebody who is probably living, you haven't indicated that they are deceased, and they are of a certain age that they could still be living, it will not show them with their full name. It will just show their gender, whatever you have set there. You can also change your privacy and make it uncheck that, and that tree will not be public to anyone. It will be a private tree that only you can view, or you can let others. You have to give permission to others to actually be able to view the tree. So we'll just leave it a marked check for now. If you want to make any other notes, maybe I would say, this would be the Howard family of North Carolina. You do have to put that you accept their terms and conditions, and then you simply upload. Now, this is a very small file because it is a sample, so it should go fairly quick. Sometimes if it is a large file, if you have a large GEDCOM file, it is not going to be quick. It could take quite a while. And it looks like, actually, yes, so this is a small file, so it went fairly quickly on this since it is just a sample. It should be done here in just a moment. It's just working, and it's still working. We're 95% of the way there, almost 100%. Come on, we can do there in just a moment. Great. And see, now we're done. So we can actually go, and it tells me it's ready. I can click on that, and I can go and view this tree on my site. There we go. So here's the family tree that I just uploaded. And then I'm ready to start my research. I can go into, all the little shaky leaves, and I'm ready to roll. I want to show you how to share your family tree off of Ancestry with someone else, with another family member or another researcher. It's really quite easy, but I confess it's probably not intuitive. So you go into your family tree listings, so however many you have. Most of you are not going to have as many as I do. We're going to use this, again, the Howard family tree sample. We're going to click view. Oh, excuse me. We are going to click invite family. So I just go right on over, and I'm going to click invite family. Now it's going to bring me again to the tree settings, and you'll notice we are on this sharing button. So you just want to make sure that the little green underline is under sharing, and it tells us now I can invite other people to view my Howard family tree sample. I'm going to click invite people, and I have 3 options. So I can click an email, and I can send an email directly from here inviting somebody to do this. I can, if I happen to know somebody's username here on Ancestry, I would click username, type in their username. I have the option of deciding, do I want them just to be a guest, which is to view it, a contributor, which would be somebody who can add to your tree, or an editor who has more editing options on your tree. And you can do multiple people that way, or I'm going to click and create a shareable link. Now, I'm going to be honest, this is really the one I use the most. I find it the easiest to do. So I just clicked again on the roll. And if you're not really sure, you can always click that little information button right there, and it tells you what a guest can do. So a guest can view that tree and leave comments. A contributor can do the same, but also add stories and photos. And then an editor actually has all the stuff. So you can see they can do it all. If you ever forget, just click that little blue I button, and that will clarify for you what the roles can be for that person. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to click shareable link here. I'm going to leave it as set at guest. Again, I have the option of going to contributor or editor. I'm going to leave it at guest. Let's see if I can get that to disappear. You can set the setting if you want them to be able to see living people or not. And then you can create that link right there. Now, this is the link that I would send. It's a very unique URL. It only goes to this particular tree. I can hit copy link, and then I can include that link in any emails. I can text it to somebody. I can put it through Messenger on Facebook. However, but that link I will send to whoever I want to share that tree with. And that's really all it is too when it comes to sharing your family trees. The individual will typically get that email or that message that you have shared a tree with them, and they will then be able to go and view it. Now, I want to show you how to manage your tree settings. To do that, you go from, again, the Ancestry homepage. We're going to go under trees. I'm going to go ahead and click on Manage My Trees. So you're not clicking on the individual tree, you're clicking on a managed tree. When you come to this page, you're going to go over to the far right where you see tools and it says settings. So we're going to go down here to my Howard Family Tree sample, and we are going to click on tree settings. Okay. So here's where it gives me some information, and I can see everything I need to see about this particular tree. I'm going to go into privacy settings, because maybe I want to change the settings or not. So you can control who sees your family tree. Now, public tree, which is the default usually when you're uploading a family tree, means that all the information that you elect to import will be seen by the public. It appears in searches, and so people can use your tree, much like we've done that to get clues from other people's trees. Now, it does protect your personal information. I want you to look at this right here, guys. So information about living people is automatically hidden and not included in the searches. So I know people are concerned about that. So I want to make sure you understand that is that they do hide that information on living people. And importantly, only you can edit the tree. Now, if you invite somebody else to be a part of your tree and give them permission to edit, they can do that. But you are the only one who can edit that tree. Nobody can go in and change what you have there. Now, there are sometimes reasons why people want to have a private tree. And to do that, you would click private. Now, what that does is it does not let others see your tree. You'll have a little bit of limited information that might show up in the Ancestry search results. But for somebody to actually view the tree, they would need to ask your permission. And that's okay. I do that sometimes if I'm working on a tree where I know that the information is probably not right and it's a working tree, and I need to get my information a little more solid so that I don't perpetuate incorrect information out there on all the search trees. So sometimes I'll set it as private until I have it to a point where I know that the information is solid and I can feel free to make it public and share it that way. So it will, just because you mark it private, it can still be found in family tree searches on Ancestry, unless you click this little button where it says prevent your tree from being found in searches, and that keeps everything hidden, so it's not going to show up. And you absolutely have the ability to go and change those settings as you want to. Sometimes there might be a delay in how quickly when you're changing from, say, a private tree to a public tree, how quickly that gets reflected in the algorithm. But absolutely. Now, importantly, remember, hit save changes when you're done. And that's really all you have to do in order to change your privacy settings. Now let's look at how to download your family tree. So you have a family tree on Ancestry and you want to download it to share it with someone else, or for whatever reason you want to create your backup copy. Let me show you how to download it. So you want to again from the home page, we're going to go under trees and we're going to go into create and manage your tree. Now, from this page, again, using our Howard family sample, we're going to go right on over to the tree settings under tools. And from this page, under the tree information section, you have these options. It tells us we can export this family tree as a GEDCOM file, and it's going to create a GEDCOM file automatically and download it to our computer. Now, this can take quite a while depending on if your tree is very large. So just be aware of that. This is a sample tree. It's a small tree, so it really has gone pretty quick because it's already done. So just want to show you how to do that, but sometimes you may need to be patient depending on your tree size. Welcome back. I hope you found the video helpful and can now feel a little more confident with being able to work with your tree there at Ancestry.com, to be able to share it and be able to manage it there as well. Now, if you have another question and aren't sure about how a particular database or particular feature works at Ancestry.com, feel free to pop it in the comments below. I like to see what questions you have about using particular databases, and that way it helps me to be able to create the content and tutorials that will help you best in finding your ancestors. Now, while you're here at my channel on YouTube, be sure and check out the other videos that I have on how to use different features over at Ancestry.com. I'll add the link above so that you can feel free to check out those videos.